Okay, let's see who shows up. Friday night, who knows? And um, what happened was I tried to set it up first with YouTube, and I couldn't make the sound work, and so I had to go back and set it up with StreamYard. So far, nobody's here. This is going to be recorded anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start. As soon as I get this pizza out of my mouth. Oh shit! Did this? Here we go. There it goes. Now it's starting. Sorry if you guys been waiting or saw the stuff come up on YouTube for 9 o'clock. I was trying to set up a live from YouTube and it just didn't work out. Let me check this out. It didn't work out. And then my mom brought pizza. Yeah, I ate pizza. Too late tonight. So anyway, there's only a few of you here, so I'm really gonna go for the later recording of this for tomorrow or whatever. This was gonna be for Friday. I was gonna do it in a video format, and I decided that, oh well, I'd just come on live and do it. There's a couple people here. Okay, thank you on this day. I appreciate it. Yeah, so there's like three things on YouTube that said it. Okay, I don't know how to do this shit. Good. It's easier on StreamYard. I was trying not to use StreamYard tonight and use YouTube because I was told that it went in the algorithm better or whatever. I was actually told to use it from a cell phone, but whatever. So I just figured I'd go ahead and set up StreamYard. Then I couldn't get the microphone working and stuff like that. Excuse me. The reason I was a couple minutes late because I was eating pizza and getting the sound ready. What's up, John? How you doing, bro? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and then I'll answer. I always say this, and then I'll answer the comments later. But I am gonna do this. So there's a gang in the federal system called the ARYAN Resistance Militia. Okay. Before I go any further, if there are people that pop up in the live or that watch this later in the comment section and you think that I'm not saying something right or you know more information, put it in the comment section. Got no problem. About 2 years ago, somebody that I knew on YouTube was doing a video with a member of the ARYAN Resistance Militia, and he called up and asked me what was their founding. And I kind of hesitated. I kind of had to think about it. Well, then when I went back this time to prison on my violation, I ran into people that were around some of the guys that weren't in the gang, but they were around the white movement. And so he filled me in on the blanks, as did two other people that were in Leavenworth with me in the 90s and 2000, early 2000. So this is what I can tell you. The ARYAN Resistance Militia is a federal prison gang right now. I am not sure if it is in other states. I would imagine that members of the state gang, they call themselves the Arms, have rolled into other states and maybe started chapter sects, whatever you want to call them. Okay. I have no idea about their structure these days, but I do know something about the beginning. Originally, this was part of the ARYAN Resistance Movement. Now, in the 80s, there was guys that were being brought into the feds. This is before all the drugs came in, that were part of the white separatist or supremacist movement or whatever out of the northwestern corners of the United States. I'm talking about Yori Call. I'm talking about Bruce Pierce, David Lane. David Lane's like a god in the white movement. And a guy named Rock Bledsoe. So I think he was military prisoner, but he was a part of them in prison. From what I have been told, the ARYAN Resistance Movement wanted something for the guys inside of prisons, because again, there was guys that were going to prison based on the white movement, whatever. The order went down. There was other ones. You guys can go ahead and look at that. And I named the guys that I knew, which was Yori Call, Rock Bledsoe, called him Big Rock. Lane, I missed David Lane. I knew Bruce Pierce. I've done video about him. So that was the Aryan resistance movement in the prison system, was originally established on the streets for them, is what I am told. Okay. But this is what happened. I believe at Terre Haute before Leavenworth, there was some early arms members. I believe, from what I've been told, is that Rock Bledsoe was a guy that didn't want anything to do with prison gangs, but was part of listening, was around Yori and Bruce or whatever. I don't even know which ones, but there was a bunch at Terre Haute, I believe, before they all came to Leavenworth in the late 90s. I believe this is what two people told me. So anyway, this is how it worked. At some point in Leavenworth, or possibly Terre Haute first, there was a push to make this an actual prison gang. The earliest people I know, like I said, was Bledsoe, but he really wasn't, he didn't want a part of the prison gang aspect. The one that I know, who I try to put pictures of in the thumbnail, I will, after this is done, I'll go back and I'll figure out how to put the thumbnail on. But the guy in the front, his name is Speed. Joel something, he's out of Washington. And he was one of the original shot callers at Leavenworth. He was the original shot callers that turned it into a gang, is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to get, when they became the arm. Now, they were really small at first. So in the 90s, when I came in 98, there was a few of them. What ends up happening is in 2002, no, back up, 2001, there were some Kansas and Missouri guys that came into Leavenworth, guy named Howie, dude named Mexican Mike, that ran around with Speed, the shot caller. They kind of idolized the dude. They wanted to be members of the arms. Now, Mexican Mike is Mexican, he can't. Howie, I think he did become one. But what happens is, at the same time, the arm are beefing with the Dirty White Boys. That actually started in 2002, and I did some videos about this. And what happened there is a guy named Robert Rasnick, aka Head, and Speed, the shot caller for the arm, who generally didn't like each other, for whatever reason, had some kumbaya moments, and Speed fronted Head some dope. Head fronted Speed some dope, some heroin. Speed paid him. Speed, in return, fronted Head some methamphetamine. And Head didn't pay him. And it became an issue. And the issue really came to a head one day on the yard of Leavenworth. I've done a video about this, when they got into a fight in front of the bleachers, in front of some Mexican Mafia members, actually, during a softball game. And what happens is Speed wants his money. They're talking, Head screaming at him, and then Head said something about, let's go behind the bleachers. Speed then comes back and says, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get our brothers in a wreck. There was about 5 Dirty White Boys out there at the time, and there was Speed and a guy named Mike Aldrich, just 2 of them who were members of the arm. Mike had some cut in him too, by the way. He was dark-skinned. He wasn't full Aryan. But anyway, I liked Mike. Mike was a good guy. So at that point, Head looks at Speed and says, brothers? My bros, your sisters ain't going to go against my brothers. Totally punked the dude out. The next day, within 24 hours, Head and a couple other Dirty White Boys hit another Dirty White Boys. We get taken off the line. Speed, this is a fact, went to staff and kept us from getting out. There was more to it than that. There was revolt against the Dirty White Boys at that time. We had poker tables that were drawing some money, and they wanted us off the yard to grab those poker tables too, especially in B Upper. So we were all slammed down, the Dirty White Boys, because of internal issues. And there was a prospect by the name of Cub that they let out first. Excuse me. As soon as Cub got out, members of the arms and a guy from California named Whitey stomped the shit out of Head. And then Speed went to staff and said, every Dirty White Boy we're going to let out, we're We're going to hit. Yes, that's a rat move. Yes, he did that. That's a fact. But anyway, what happens then is the arms started recruiting more people. They got bigger. And at the same time, this dude, Howie, it's Howie Holleran. I got his name somewhere. It's HH were his initials. Now, in the white movement, HH is Hail Hitler, okay? Howie was a guy from, I think, Kansas, I believe out of Kansas or Topeka or Wichita, who was in state prison, and while he was in state prison, became a good tattoo artist. He was also a punk, as in a homosexual. We found out later. But anyway, Howie was a great tattoo guy, and every tattoo he did, he would put the initials HH under it. HH, it's also the 8th letter of the alphabet, which is 88. Who came up with the idea to form this gang? I don't know if it was Howie or Steve, the shot caller of the arms, because he wanted a secondary gang or foot soldiers that would aspire to be arms, whatever, or that would allow Mexican Mike and others to come in, whatever. They created a gang called the 88. The 88 blew up in numbers big after the Dirty White Boys left the yard. They ended up like other gangs eating themselves as well. I think they spread throughout the system for a little while. Pretty big. They had numbers for a second, especially at Leavenworth. And meanwhile, the arms start recruiting and become this prison gang that they really, really were never designed to be. At Leavenworth, there was a guy by the name of Phil LaFond. His brother, Donnie LaFond, I knew from Lewisburg. I knew Phil too. He lived with Boston Billy. They're from Boston or New Bedford, I'm not sure. And Phil's a really good guy. I found out, I don't know if it was at Big Sandy or what, but he joined the arms. The arms did spread out throughout the system. Also, a guy named Tony Adams from North Carolina. One of these guys that I would tell you was North Carolina hillbilly who went to prison and became a yo boy in the county jail, and then somewhere along the way found his white roots and in the federal system and became a white separatist type of guy. Anyway, Tony Adams, badass fighter. There was a fight with him in A3 where he bit a guy's ear off. It was supposed to be one of the legendary fights that happened up there. I know guys that saw it. I didn't. It was pretty hardcore from what I understand. But Tony, I knew Tony. We had a small little beef at Leavenworth for a second that could have got ugly, but in general, me and Tony Adams got along. Tony Adams then went to Lee County and started pulling guys there. The arms then spread. Speed eventually got out. I heard he's dead now. And Tony Adams became like the de facto leader of the Aryan resistant militia, the arms, throughout the prison system, from what I understand. And again, I'm asking people that are in the know better to go ahead and drop comments. I'm telling you from what I know. We had pretty much an on-site thing with the arms for a second, but it didn't really leave Leavenworth. So at Pollock, there was some arms and Dirty White Boy together. And then at Lewisburg, the guy who was a shot caller of the Dirty White Boys for a second was in the special management unit, and they brought in another Mike Aldrich guy that was in arms. I think he came from Pollock, and him and Billy celled together. At that point, I guess the Dirty White Boys and the arm didn't have a beef anymore. In Lewisburg, Donnie LaFond, who's Phil LaFond's brother, nearly became a Dirty White Boy, but didn't. Later, he goes to Big Sandy, where he joins the arms. I have the whole case, and I'll do a video about it. But Donnie, who was, Phil was his co-defendant, and so was Boston Billy. They robbed a bank, and they got like 30 years. Phil got 10, and Boston Billy got 27. I think Donnie got 30. So Donnie was doing a 30-year bit. Donnie was a badass weightlifter, strong son of a bitch. Donnie, great guy, kind of looked like Popeye. He leaves Big Sandy, I believe, or some other prison, and in in Atlanta, I'm trying to think of the holding center. They have a holding place where guys are being transferred. Donnie and I believe a member of the SAC tell a white guy that's in the holding unit there that he can't sell with the black. That is true in most USPs. In Atlanta, which is they don't call it transfer, whatever. Atlanta had the prison, then they had a different wing or different section that's for guys being transported to and from other prisons throughout the United States. I heard it really sucked. Atlanta holdovers, what they called it. So Donnie, they're pressing up on this guy, and they're telling this guy he can't live with anybody else. And they somehow get him to the rec cage, and they killed him. And I believe that was the first murder. I believe that was the first murder the Arms had. I'm not really sure. I could be corrected on that. So Tony Adams then went to Terre Haute, I believe. So Tony only had a few years left when he went to Lee County. And when he was at Lake County, he, like I said, became a shot caller. I think they might have had the yard there for a second, meaning led the yard. I think. Him and another guy end up hitting, I'm pretty sure it was a child molester. And I'm pretty sure they got 11 years, okay? So I know I'm being a little bit vague with this, but I'm offering other people to come in and say it in comment sections later, I would assume. But that is another prison gang I just wanted to bring up. People are infatuated and talk a lot about different prison gangs. People ask me what the strongest gang in the system were. The Arms guys were supposed to be drug-free. I don't know if it was a requirement to know white literature, but I'll tell you this. There was some members that were really off into either the Odinist stuff or the white separatist, white supremacist movement. Was it a requirement? I would imagine there's guys who are going to say yes. I can tell you I didn't see much of that. A lot of that stuff that comes out of white supremacists, or when gangs have their basis in white supremacy literature, it's more of a recruiting tool. And very, very rare do a big group of guys stick with those beliefs. It sounds good, and they might preach it, but then they'll go get high, or they'll buy something from a black, whatever the deal is. I just think, again, like a lot of things, that the white, when they talk about guys being neo-Nazis or white supremacists or this or that, even with the name like Arms, that's not really what it's about. I think it was for some more appealing to join something like the Aryan Resistance Militia than the Dirty White Boys, who were known dope fiends. So I think it made people seem like they stood for something more than just a tattoo on their sides, like I have said the Dirty White Boys have before. So there's something to that whole literature and symbols and going to Odinist Church, the ABs. From what I understand, John Gotti suggested they did that, and they did. So where are they right now? Still in prison. I don't know. I don't know the numbers wise. I really don't. Let's go ahead and look at a few things here real quick. What's up? What's up, John? Joey? Boxing Mafia. Hey, y'all. Thumb it up. Hello, long time. I caught this one. What's up, Greg? Lane was in Communication Management Unit. David Lane, author. 14-word precept. The 88 precepts. What is it? Oh, Jesus Christ. I always joke on this one. I've read his literature. Secure the existence of the white race, blah, blah, blah. Really good author. I lost when he started in with the decoding the Bible. I lost Lane. So Matt Hale, I read his books. Another white separatist or white supremacist, whatever you want to say. People will correct me all the time, so it doesn't matter. That's why I use both. Wrote some good literature. Some of the stuff he said was good. The problem, some of those writers, they used really derogatory words like the mongrel race and da-da-da-da, where I think that is kind of, they don't need to use those words. But some of the stuff that those guys talk about is good. Malcolm X talked about good shit. You know, so I mean, really, so whatever. JD Hill, those dudes different than the bank robbers. So Corn Pop, the Order did rob banks too in armed cars. Yori Call went down over his dad. Do the guards read the comments? Of course, probably. What up, buddy? Steve, what's up? You're killing. Thank you, bro. Sorry, I didn't want to flake, but I flaked tonight for an hour. The last few minutes were pizza. Chronic Gore. If it's, well, that's what it stands for. It's HH. It's Hail Hitler. Howie was actually tattooing his initials of his name, putting it on people. I had a brother named Randy Shreve. I know he dropped out. I think he's in prison now. One of the best tattoo artists I've ever seen. In every tattoo, he put a little dick that nobody can see but him. He did. All right, Chronic. Write your brother with all your stories from freedom to prison and everything in between. Oh, write your book. Oh, write your book. Yeah, I know. That's just coming. Jeffrey Miller, don't be a Jimmy. Right on. Tony Adams was in Big Sandy Myth. So was Donnie. I was in Allenwood Medium with Rock Bloods. Okay, there you go. Oh, Eric. Listen, bro. I got your message, okay? People, if you guys have a problem with Eric, please don't do it in the chat room right now. I'm asking that. I'm not above calling or talking to you, so please don't feel that way either. Not at this moment, no. Again, I have said, I have a friend that liked your channel. I know about the video that you took off me. I don't care anything about that. I know people have been trying to rev me up, making comments about you. Maybe I made a few that went across the line. I don't know. I did. When you're doing a live like this and I'm reading comments, I'm sure you have seen a few of mine. I pop off, you know what, or stuff like that. I'm not trying to get in a beef with you. I'm not above having a beef with anybody. I just don't want to go down that route right now because I get off on it for real. But I'm not talking about you, Eric. But I also talked about the man time thing, and I know that you have said that you were on man time in prison. I don't mean no disrespect, and you got to understand as well. I'm coming from my point of view, and you are from the East Coast. We're from two different worlds. Doesn't make my world better or your world better. It's just a fact, bro. So don't let them bite. If you want to take off on me or sometime, and it helps you, do it. Really, I don't care. As I do want to give you some open advice right now, seriously, because I did unsub from your channel for this reason, and I have unsubbed from everything to do with Mafia or MobTube, all of them, every single one, including Angel. The MobTube thing, I think you're in it right now. When SoFlo came on your thing, it was you were talking to your partner. I don't care if you guys hate Eric and don't like me talking to him. I don't care about that either. Just like Eric, I like MRE and I can care less what you say about him, period. But I do want to say this. You guys were trying to talk about where did this beef start? Look, MobTube is about beefs, period. At the top of this or in this is the Gotti name with Angel. You know what? Even though I've talked shit about Angel and I criticize her father, I still like Angel to this day. I was thinking about it the other day. I kind of miss talking to Angel, but whatever. I don't want to go back to do that either. Okay? I kind of wish that the MobTube thing would go like more mainstream for real, because it is fun, the whole beefs, but it only exists because of the drama. And then you'll get the Angel or the Gotti suck up that'll come along, and they'll be good for a while till somebody finds out that they're pieces of shit or fall off. I'm not saying everybody on Angel's panel is a piece of shit. I'm saying that every time I've seen somebody new come along, I'm not going to mention the guy's name. He was on your show too, because I don't want a whole little fucking thing with that. Starts with the J. Kind of came along, was acting like he was going to help blow up the channel. I don't know if he can. I don't know nothing about him. But you guys are late to the game. The game continues though, and you can pick up subs from it. But I want to tell you this from experience, okay? And I will say Jeff Nadeau gave me the best advice when it came to MobTube. It is true. And we're not fans or friends by a long shot now. My channel is doing so much better as I'm not off into that drama. It's grown so much. So I don't care what your past is. Well, there's a couple, but anyway, I don't care. I do wish you success with your channel if that's what you want to. That you can do content without doing that, or try to at least do more. That's my advice to you, coming from somebody that knows. But I loved it, dude, because I don't have a skeleton in my closet. I don't care about being at Butner 1. Yes, it was a dropout yard, and I didn't drop out, and I get you 50 billion people that tell you that. Did I become disillusioned with the Dirty White Boys? 100%. The Dirty White Boys are a disorganization that was based, like many gangs, on heroin. I still have a lot of Dirty White Boy bros that I love. And when I went back this time, they had me like all Dirty White Boyed out again. And that really wasn't me. I was around a few brothers at Terre Haute FCI, but whatever. So there's nothing anybody can say to rip me apart. I do it to myself first. And for that reason, it was so much fun taking out SoFlo, because I did. But SoFlo came back and respected me. You guys that are new subs, please, I'm sorry just for this minute. And I won't go down this rabbit hole. Yeah, I slapped SoFlo around. Whatever. But when I went through all my shit, that dude didn't go hard on me. So I'll remember him for that. Like a lot of the other channels, which I deserved it. So I don't care. I don't care. But otherwise, that's what I wanted to say to you. And I told the guy you called that I was going to make a point and say something. Okay. So yeah, but Rock Bledsoe, so you knew him. You're welcome here anytime. That's what I'm saying. And I do wish the best for your channel. But like I said, I'm going to leave it here. Remember what I just said. You're welcome here. I don't care. And I don't care who hates who, this person. If you and MRE are beefing, that's never going to stop me from talking to you. Or if you are, it's never going to stop me from talking to MRE. I like MRE. He's like a history buff too. And I don't care what people say about his, I don't care. I don't care. Until it's like right there, I don't care. So I just want, and I wish you the best, bro, for real. That was Donnie and the kid. Yes, you got it. And thank you for putting it out there, because this is what I want. Yes, that's what it is. Thanks, JD. Oh, did he so Boston Billy's a fucking mouth and a half. I'll never forget. This is funny. He was my cellie at Leavenworth. We lived in cell 250 and B lower. Billy Shakur, is that how you say his name? Like Tupac almost? When Billy came to, I got pizza coming out of my teeth. When Billy came to Lewisburg, he was in the hole. And Donnie thought they were going to let him out. And Donnie's like, God, no. And you know how Billy, that loud voice? Billy got stabbed at Florence, Colorado. He was getting tattooed, and the dude that was tattooing him hit him too. That was a long time ago. So what happened after the DW got back to the yards with your tables being usurped? Oh, that's a good question. So I wasn't there. So here's what ends up happening. Excuse me, guys. I know that's rude. Here's what happens. The Dirty White Boys become more and more hated throughout the system, and then here comes all these new gangs. So, for example, at Coleman, a kid named Youngster from Utah / Pennsylvania shows up at Coleman and ends up becoming the shot caller for the Dirty White Boys. Now, when he left Leavenworth, my brother Youngster dropped out and went into PC up in the doghouse for a minute to be with another brother by the name of Rob Hutzel, who we destroyed, whose nickname was Romeo when he was a break dancer, who's half Mexican, by the way, who said he wasn't, but I don't care if he, whatever. It's because he ran when a black guy called him something. And because he was trying to be a bully. That's why Rob got hit. And that's why Rob got X'd out. But Youngster had a come to Jesus moment in the shoe, didn't want to be around Robert Rasnick because he was scared to death of Head, and decided to PC up, disappeared, went into protective custody, and then pops up at Coleman and becomes a Dirty White Boy shot caller and recruits a bunch of Dirty White Boys. Can't make this shit up. Then Head, Robert Resnick, goes back on a violation, goes around Youngster and doesn't do nothing. He was only in there for 6 months. Head's dead. And by the way, I liked Youngster. Paul Henry, liked him a lot. But he absolutely dropped and checked in and then came back out a shot caller. That's true. As far as the tables of the Dirty White Boys, I'll call it like it is, people. I don't care. Dirty White, my brothers, ABs, watch the Barry Mills thing. Watch the Barry Mills being a rat video. Seriously. I don't care. I don't care, okay? As far as that goes, I will call it like it is. And Youngster was a dropout who came out. Then you got No Nose Rick, another one of my fine brothers, shot caller. Bad motherfucker, Golden Glove boxer, got his nose bit off. That's why we called him No Nose from fighting over a girl. There's a video about that. Robin, Robin wanted him to meet her in Valhalla, but he didn't have the guts to kill himself. They had a suicide pact. Anyway, Rick goes to Lee County and just does, you're it. You guys want to be dirty wipers? Okay, you're it. Patched up like 8 dudes. Real Brothers came in, smashed him for it later. Rick got smashed for it. But then you had those 8 you're it guys, and they became dirty white boys. Can't make it up. So that's what happened. Eventually, the dirty white boys get tables, and so do other gangs. I don't know. Dirty white boys also get smashed off the line, and they get smashed, and they smash people off the line. Wilbur Rigsby is one of the older dirty white boys in the system. Wilbur. A lot of people know Wilbur. Funny motherfucker. He's loved by everybody, even though he's a DWB. He's a jackass, hillbilly, runs around barefooted in prison, in the units and out. Hillbilly as they can be. Admitted that when they were kids, they put a donkey in the pond and screwed it. That kind of hillbilly, okay? So Wilbur, I talked to him in 22. Told me, brother, it's not what it is now. It's not what it is. All our brothers are gone. They're dead. They checked in. You know, I'm like we're a dying breed. Love Wilbur to death. But dirty white boys will pop back up again, and they'll be like those you're it moments. The SAC had a you're it moment. You're it. You want to be a gang member? You're it. I know SAC might hate to hear that, but then they became something else. That's true. And that's a fact, according to Robert Rosso. Anyway, I hope you got that, Eric, for real. The color is always green before white or black, or black. Tar heroin. 14 words. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Sammy the Bull wasn't the head of the time. He was John Gotti's right-hand man. Got you, bro. Eric, I hope you, like I said, I just wanted to address it, but and I appreciate you contributing. And I mean that. I do. And you were with Rock and knew him, so you knew Rock was a good guy. Rock was he was another bad motherfucker. So I believe, okay, and you can correct me if you know the truth. I think he killed 2 black guys, martial arts style, I believe, when he was a military prisoner, I think. And like I said, I'm open for corrections. How does that work, I wonder? Okay. Yeah, the tiny penises Randy Shreve did. Yep. Jerry, nothing about the mob was ever even close to okay. Nothing about the mob has been even close to interesting since the 1980s. Travis. So MobTube, going back to that again, and if you guys are new subs and don't know, there's a genre called MobTube, and involves at the head of it is Angel Gotti, who's John Gotti's oldest daughter. And you know what? She should make money off the Gotti's name. And even though we beef, and I was so hurt that night she took off on me, I was, but I'm over it. Even though she's like the only one that hasn't really made money off the Gotti name, and Eric is the one that actually I got that from, and he was right. So I did. What's up, Georgie? He paid out Big Bang for protection, so they trademarked him. Wizard, what's up? I got you, bro. And like I said, I hope you're not. Okay. I appreciate it. Man, I'm surprised at the growth of my channel right now. I swear to God I am. And I can't believe that Kenny's video took it like that and got in the out. I don't know how that works. I wish I knew how to do thumbnails better. The truth is I start and then like splice some videos, and I swear to God, and I don't care if I sound like a fucking bitch. I don't care. I get anxiety and I fucking lose it. And then I'm just like, then I get crippled and I'm fucking spent hours doing nothing but sitting on that chair watching Eric. You know, it's true. It's true. But I'm getting, I just gotta get my financial situation straight. That's all. Oh shit. Hold on. Billy started the whole thing over a table because they had the yard split. Okay, bro. Thank you for saying that. And I like the fuck out of Billy too. I also like getting the hell out of that cell. Yeah, because he was too much. JD Hill, jerk off. Aryan brother got tattoos. Aryan brotherhood dropouts. Holy shit, the donkey. Okay. Did you ever run across a tall white guy named Dennis from Baltimore? You talking about like super tall and slim? Yes or no? Just put, because I'm probably way behind in the comments. Just put yes or no, okay? If you're talking about slim, and I can tell you what happened to him. Did I run across him? What's up, Rob? Rob was there when I ran across him, I don't know, he didn't pay attention to politics. He was the first person that I called the hit on as a leader. Cisco was there with me. Cisco was upset. He wanted the yard really, but Cisco was his friend. Anyway, Cisco was above him. Cisco was his sponsor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so this is a pretty, okay. No, actually, he beat a fag to death, and the fag was black, so he was a protected class rock. Actually, oh, okay. Gotcha. Fag was black, so he's a protected class rock. Actually found not guilty in the state court. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. See, you are contributing. He just corrected me. It wasn't. It was somebody that was gay. He was, yeah. Protective class. Okay. Oh, you did a video on it? Okay. Maddie, what's up? Rock was from Missouri. Billy was wild. Tommy Vargas. Yes, from Boston. The Boston dude. Cool motherfucker, if that's what you're talking about. Okay. I heard they jumped them off the yard. Dirty White Boys, is that what you're saying? Okay, saying yes. Okay. Here's what happened. He was in Springfield with Bobby Ray Shields, one of the ABs I constantly whatever. Okay. He's one that gave people blood shots of HIV. So he's like super fucking tall. I think he's from Baltimore, I believe. So anyway, he was at Terre Haute when Cisco was there. Cisco was a righteous bro. I think I don't know if he dropped out, whatever, but he patches up Slim. They're at Terre Haute together. Slim then goes to FMC Springfield, where him and they're locked down in the same area where Gotti was. Him and Bobby Ray Shields. Slim, when he was there, told Bobby Ray that he hated being a dirty white boy and dropped out. He then gets out of prison, and then he goes back to prison. That's what happened. And here comes Slim, and Bobby Ray could not wait to tell us what had happened. We brought Slim to Bobby Ray. Slim admitted it. And then a warden named Estrada pops up like the next day. A.W. Estrada, associate warden. We had a warden named Sneezik there for 7 years, and he was a fucking monster. He turned Lewisburg soft and into a snitch camp. It's true. There was so many walking cameras there. Lewisburg from 99, Rob will tell you he was there. But okay, from what I know, from 2003 to 2005 was the softest prison, one of them that I've ever been in. Then it rocked again because Estrada came and he brought all the heads of the group, of which I was one, and he said, you guys, this is a USP. I'm not Sneezik. Handle your business between 8 and 3 or 8 and 4, 8 and 5, Monday through Friday, not on the weekends. Use hands and feet. Try not to send more than 3 guys on one. Don't use any steel. And we ain't going to have any problems. The next day, this happens. Slim, there was a guy who was a sex offender, and we really wanted to use Slim as a missile to get him the fuck off the yard. We didn't want to deal with this drama. We were kind of embarrassed by it, is what it was. So we sent him on a dummy mission, but with a knife, okay? So you're going to go stab this dude is what we did, okay? And he said fine. He was going to atone for his sins, okay? So, and I was very instrumental on the knife, okay? I will say that. It's a long time ago. Cisco kind of didn't want it, but I ultimately made the call. I want him to stab the dude, and the dude was a rapist. So you guys talk about me, chum, this. Anyway, so Slim gets the knife, and he disappears. And I forgot what happened. No. He didn't stab. He goes and punches the guy, and in front of a cop, doesn't use the knife. Gets locked up, comes back out. He can feel. I had 2 lined up for him. He snuck out. They got out early, and he knew what time it was, and he ran to the lieutenant's office. And I'll never forget. I watched that big tall son of a bitch walk down. Then he goes to later on. I don't know where he goes from there. He ends up at FCI Beaumont with another brother of mine named Billy. Um, Billy Walker, who's I think he's got a boatload of time in Missouri right now. Billy and me were like that at FCI Terre Haute. He shows up there as a dirty white boy, as nothing that happened, and had a black old lady, okay, which I don't really give a fuck about that, really. And dirty white boys were never a white supremacy gang. And I heard one former dirty white boy said that he was an idiot, stupid. Never, ever. We were a heroin-based gang with the same tattoo. Now, the original guys had more of a brotherhood than the guys at the USP. We had heroin habits, most of us, okay? That's just the fact. So Slim goes and gets involved in a melee down there and check back in. They check in, they check out. They check in, they check out. They check in and they become shot callers. So I don't know, man. It's fucking nuts. That's what happened. I was only around him a couple days. He seemed all right before Bobby Ray pulled his covers, you know. So I don't know. Everybody's not cut the same. That shit gets old. I will say I was so fortunate to get cancer and then go to Butner and then really get out of the gang activity. And like I've said a million times before, I ended up at Butner 1 because I had a sep at the Deuce who was ratting on some dirty white boys at a trial or whatever, Mike Mallory. And I was sick about the 1 at first, but Carmine and Joey Testa and Daniel Castelli, A.K. Kazi, shout out Philadelphia, took me in and with open arms because I was taking care of Carmine's nephew, Jojo Russo. I took care of that dude, okay, in the hospital for the 17 days that he was alive. So they took me in and then I got clean, you know, and Joey, we were good. We were real close. So then that gang shit was out of my life. Then I started writing. Then I wrote an article that was very self-serving for me. Somebody outed me on the internet of being a dirty white boy, not only that, a gang leader, okay? Somebody I had been from Lewisburg or whatever. And this is at the time that I'm playing, I said playing. This is at the time when I'm trying to aim for an Obama commutation. I knew people that knew Obama, okay? So I was gonna get like a free Robert Ross or a bunch of people to sign a petition for me. And then somebody outs me. So I wrote an article called The Dirty White Boys, I think. I forgot what the name of it was now. But it said that the Dirty White Boy was a disorganization. So there was the guys that didn't know me were, I would have been hit. I probably, whatever. And I still could be, whatever. But they were pissed. But the ones that knew me would tell the guys that didn't and say, listen, man, this is what's up with Rob. This is why he did it. But it really pissed some of them off because I called them a disorganization that all just shared pretty much the same tattoo. And I was a little vague, but again, it was self-serving, you know, and that's the truth. But yeah, that's so, yeah, I knew Slim. Him, yeah. Dennis wore glasses, yep. Yeah, Tommy from Boston, great guy. He was when I knew him. And man, I'm going to tell you something. This ain't no joke. We were on that dude to become a dirty white boy. I wanted that dude because that dude came from School Kill or one of those right there. You'll know. And oh, dude, he was a great guy, leader. You can see leadership in that dude, you know. And but he was also around the Boston dudes. And I don't know if he'll admit this. There was some talk about it, but you know, he's from Boston, you know. And I'm a fan of Boston. I am. Yeah, Rock was involved. I believe in one of the murders down there too. I think so. Yeah, 6'6". We know the same guy. Okay, halfway house. The warden sneezing is known everywhere. I've heard of him. It was Sneezik, but yeah, okay. I know. Yeah. Okay, right on. Well, dude, I do all my messages with that too, by the way. Why does people get stabbed 20 times or more? You can stab anyone 2 or 3 times when the skull meets the spine, and it's game over in 30 seconds. I have been wondering this. Okay, so good question. Most guys don't know kill shots, okay? The old ABs, now that's something I should get them credit for. And some of the Mexican mafia studied the areas to do that, okay? So they have to give them their props for that. Most guys don't. Most knives are like that big. So when you know, I have never stuck a knife in somebody. I sliced them I liked that slicing stuff, but it was just because I couldn't get a knife that day. but I sliced a guy, and that was real effective because the blood on the face comes down quick, and I got him. If I didn't do that, I would have been fucking hit. That dude was a monster, for real. And he gave me my props after that, too. So, okay, so most knives are smaller, and the rule of thumb is when you're going to do a hit like that, you just keep going till the staff comes. Because people, to think, well, some prisons, sometimes you try to get away with it, but more often than not, you kind of can't. So they just keep jabbing, boom, until they go. And the knives are small. A lot of stab wounds aren't going deep. Rob, Tammy Kennedy, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a guy in B Block that just came from Marion when Marion closed down as a max or whatever. He was a bug. He wanted to go back into a cell by himself, and he hit somebody down in A Block. That was one of the most vicious stabbings. I didn't witness the stabbing, but the holes afterwards, that dude, there was so much blood coming out of that guy, I can't believe he made it. And he hit him with an actual steel rod. That was in 2005 in the summertime. I know that for a fact. But that's why, okay, as far as that. Sneezik got his face smashed by a Puerto Rican by the name of Gotti. Matt from Texas. I don't know about a Matt from Texas. Did he overdose? Dude, do you know? So the picture I'll figure out how to transfer it from my phone to the computer. The thumbnail I'm going to use for this video later, the leader up there, that is Speed. Oh, you'll see Rock in the picture too. All these pictures I get, all these dudes are dead. Everybody's dead or checked in. That's the truth. Everybody's dead or dropped out, and they're at a check-in yard. Yeah, I mean, oh, right on. I've seen people get stabbed 100 times, and the nurse are the best. Okay, I've seen people get stabbed 100 times, and then nurses are the best nurses in the world. Yeah, Rob, you think the rumor is true that Sammy the Bull definitely? I have no idea if that's what he's into. What's up, Mike? What's up, bro? Yes, I was on Lewisburg. I was in Lewisburg. There was a guy in here we were in the same block together for 5 years, Tammy Kennedy. And I was there from 2000 into 2002 to 2007. I left January 23rd or 27th, 2007. Do you know Larry Bush? He was from Jersey. I don't watch. Rob's going to probably come along and say, yes, I know him. I was in A Block with Rock when him and Andy Tweak and Johnny killed those black DC on the block. That was a dreams. Oh, yeah, you were there during the murders. Yeah, you were there during the murders. Yeah, and then you had Casper that came out of there. Was Casper at Atlanta? Casper was there too, though. Yeah, some killers. When my uncle did his first and only tour was in college in Lewisburg. What was where young kid? Okay. And the family would say Uncle Red was on the farm. I would, okay, when he was a kid, he was in Lewisburg, but he was really in prison. That's pretty funny. Yeah. I think a lot of the Italian families did that too, right? I've seen mob movies like that. Anyway, Rock's just a chillo dude. Now he goes and sees the parole board, but I don't know whatever happened to him. Yeah, imagine he is. Because, I mean, I left him in 2002, the pictures that I'm going to put up with, he'll be in it. If I can get it transferred from my phone to there, and I think I can, to the laptop. Yeah, so that was a long time ago, Fuck, I'm 55, man. It's crazy. Casper's oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Rock was big. Rock was a big motherfucker, though, when he was in Leavenworth. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they shut the weight pile down in 98 right before I got there. So he was one of those guys. Speed worked out a lot too. He was in really good shape, arm dude. The Dirty White Boys, the ones who worked out mostly did just a lot of burpees. Dusty and Billy and them ran a lot. Yeah, we did burpees to get our veins pumped up. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, but Rock was big. Bingo. Yeah. Anyway, so but Donnie Donnie, real good guy. I wonder whatever happened to Tommy Vargas or whatever. Uh, did he get tipped up in some gang afterwards too? Smash the like. For here you join Rob's Truth is a small thing with the big impact. Grow the channel. I hit the first like before the video. Great. Thanks, Chronic. I appreciate it. Chronic Gore. Rock or like a size 6. Yeah, he was big. He was big. And yeah, martial arts. Yeah. Yeah, like he was a dangerous guy for real, you know? So I remember the day. Wow. That collection. So what was I going to say? The day that Robert Raznick, aka Head, who's dead now, somebody gave him a shot and dropped him off on the side of the road. From what I understand, when he told Speed, he cussed him up and down and told him about his sisters, the arms were sisters. I'll never forget the first person I thought of was Rock, that Rock might get involved, because there was no way that Speed was going to let that go. And really what happens the next day, Head decides to jump on No Nose Rick with like 3 other dirty white boys. Looking back, he was trying to duck Rick with the arms and whoever the arms got. That's a fact. That's how I feel. Because they didn't tell me. There was a split between the car and I was neutralish and whatever, for whatever reason, you know. Maybe they thought that I was going to side with them. I would have never sided with No Nose. Did the drug addict shot caller still do roll call? Yeah, some of them. You think Tommy Karate will ever do any type of interview? Maddie, I do not. Thanks, Wizard. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I heard you. That's what I thought. I wasn't thinking strong arm shit. I really was thinking that's what you were talking about. Legit, LOL. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the way I did it. Man, he might be one of the people calling me. You know, for real, man. Anyway, so I know Kojak, Tommy's co-defendant. So Tommy Karate, Billy Bright. I said it last night. I'm going to do a video again about Mark Ryder and that hit. So everybody's dead. So I can tell exactly how that hit was paid, who it was paid to, and how much they got. And the person behind it was totally for it. He was doing tattoos when he was at Big Sandy, though. Hold on. Oh, the Tommy's co-defendant, Kojak? Okay, I think so. Sure. We used to work out together. So you were at Big Sandy for how long? Were you there when Chad was there? What else? What else was I going to say? It just popped in my mind. Oh, yeah, Billy Bright. We're going back. Billy Bright. I knew Mark real well. I lost you, Eric. I don't know what Mark you're talking about, but it's probably just me fucking up. Oh, Mark Ryder. You're talking about Mark Ryder? Okay. Yeah, Mark. So I gave Mark a pair of shoes. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Billy Bright had sperm in his ass when he died in the autopsy report. I got there when Chad was getting transferred out when he got into the shit with Ace. Okay, so yeah, you know that. Okay. I can see the shot caller in the shoe smacking the floor, burpees, dope sick as hell, faking it to the highest level. So usually when you go to the shoe, Leavenworth, man, let me tell you, there was so much dope there. There was so much dope in Leavenworth. And it was really easy to get a kite out and have somebody come and bring dope. You know, it was real easy. So, and just the wine, it was a fucking party. And they had the visits down. So the guys would go to the shoot before they got their DHO time and they still had visits. They'd have their girls come into the special housing unit and tape dope underneath the seat and they're behind glass because he's in the shoe, and then the orderly would come in and snatch up the thing. They were getting ounces that way, ounces, and it got hit. That's why I'm talking about it. You know, people say that I talk too much, and I talk a lot. There are some things I have not said and will not. Yeah, Mark Ryder. So Mark, I gave he had huge feet, and he was a big tennis player. And yeah, the autopsy, ton of money. Yeah, for sure. So he was big on the sports ticket. And I did their ticket in the block. So I had the store. But what I did was I did 2 tickets because guys were coming to the store and they'd grab a ticket. I did a freeze out and I used the best lines. So even though I was giving them a little action, I was just taking their lines and doing freeze outs. And Mark found out and he was a little bit butthurt, but I gave him these tennis shoes that were like going for $300. They're just badass shoes back then. Okay. Right. I never did time with Chad. I just mutual friends met him and stuff, and we once upon a time talked quite a bit. Oh, that ride into Lewisburg is beautiful. Look, but horror knowing who in your family was in for the joint. Yeah, Lewisburg, beautiful scenery, man. You can ask Tammy Kennedy here. So I was on the 2nd floor. So I always said that I had the best cell and the best block in the BOP, which was 205 or 207. I think it was 207 on the 2nd range in F block. I walk out my window in the morning, and it's just a big open window that looks over the top of the fence, or the brick fence, the front of the prison, and it just in the mountains. It was like picturesque. So when it snowed, there's like a house in the distance and some farmland. It was beautiful, fucking beautiful, man. And Schuylkill, I'm sure all that stuff was too. Okay, right on. Horror feeling and having nothing, yeah. So, Tammy Kennedy, you went to Raybrook, got into a fight, you smashed the hell out of somebody. This guy actually was a workout beast back in the day. Okay, did you see where CO from Greenville in Virginia told his coworkers he was bringing in a pack? And of course they told on him and he got caught with 3,000. No, I didn't see that. Today I watched a bunch of, not a bunch, but I watched black prison channels. There's a dude, a DC Blacks. There's a dude that was, oh shit, what was his name? He's the one that got it, that was into with Barry Mills and stuff. I talk about the video. Not Slim. Damn, this was one of the real DC, you know what? And I say that respectfully, not disrespectfully. And a dude named Unique something has a show. He was talking about, he said white boys. He's like, I don't want to hear it from you people. I don't want to hear I'm disrespecting white boys. If you were doing time and you were a real white boy, you know I'm saying this with respect. And it was so true. And he says, in white boys, you say the N-word all the time, which was true up until about 2002. Again, so I remember being in the unit, and he said, and they don't even disrespect us when they were calling us N-words. We didn't. It wasn't. It was, hey man, where'd you get that soda? Wait, who? You know that old N-word back in such and such. In front, hey man, where'd you get that? You know that old N-word. That's how it was with blacks all around, white talking to white. About 2002, about 2003 or whatever, I changed. And it just, younger black dudes were getting offended is what happened, really. And yeah, that's true. It was like that. But I was so, they knew it, these dudes knew what they were talking about. You know what I mean? And those dudes were older school than me. Okay. So, yeah. About the guy Stone, he was in ARM. He used to be a biker. Stone. Yeah, I know who Stone was. I can't picture the face right now. Stone. Okay, what? Spend 12 years staring out. Oh, that beautiful view. 12 years you stayed there. So you stayed in Lewisburg 12 years. That's saying something. You didn't do dope. You didn't get no wrecks, is what it was. And you didn't beat people and you kept your word. Imagine that in prison. And Rob, I wonder what would have ever happened to Crespo. He's probably dead. He had like 1 billion heart attacks. Fly, thank you. Fly. Thanks, Kicks Fix 502. Thank you, man. Fly. That is a bad motherfucker. He had DC from what I understand. And I knew I would like to talk to them one day. I knew Tony Hammonds. He was at a he was a big deal out of Lorton too. I think he had 4 bodies down there. But yeah, Fly, that dude, he was about it. And Barry Mills was scared of that dude for real. Scared of him. He was. Serious dude. Dude went to McNeil Island in 1977. I was listening to him tell this story. I always forget about McNeil Island, where a lot of the MA and the area or some ABs went first. That's where it was. It was 77, not 78. So this dude, I believe, came out of Lorton. Maybe he was in one of the feds first, but he ends up at McNeil Island, which is an island in Washington, the coast, fucking raining, all kinds of shit. And he goes on the compound and he's got, let's just say, 10 DC homeboys. And dudes roll up and they don't bless him. And if you're a dope fiend, you know what I'm talking about. So guys that are in the drug life in prison, you go to the hole, you come to a new yard, you see people, you know, they're bringing you dope. Care package, but dope's in it. I get out of the hole, I'm walking out, one of my brothers is hooking me up with some dope. That's how it was. So this dude's like, man, how come ain't nobody blessed me? You know, I think that's the word he used. And then the dude says, man, we ain't got nothing. It's the white boys and the Mexicans. And he says, I ain't been around no white boys and Mexicans. He said, Mexicans. I think he's the one that said the little bitty dudes. One of them said something about little bitty Mexicans. I forgot which one. But he said he ain't never heard of no Mexican mafia or no Aryan Brotherhood. So he's just like, got a little posse of people. Went and stole the Mexican mafia's wine and dope. Went and took it strong arm. Put the knife at him and took their shit. The next day, Edward Bunker, writer, fag, comes to him and says that the DC dudes, that the don't go to the yard, white dudes are out there, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, what? He gets a knife, goes out there. And you can tell when this dude's talking about it. You can tell. You can. I got fucking mad respect for this dude. So he goes out there and he goes, man, I heard you all looking for a dude named Fly. And Barry Mills says, yeah. He says, I'm Fly. Boom. It was on them popping, stabbing each other. It's what happened next that I do the Mills video about. And I don't think he even caught it, but I did because it's proving a point. It's proving a point. DC Black Fly, Joey Fakes, yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but and that unique whatever. Spent 10 months in Raybrook before they sent me back, caught an assault with serious, yeah, you fucked that dude up. I remember you talking about that for sure. Matty O'Connor, 100% Carmine was running it. 100%, yes. Yes, he was. Yes. I want to address something again, and this isn't new. Because I've said in comments before something about Carmine, not rat, that I believe he worked with law enforcement, something like that, okay? I'm not talking about what Vic Arena came out with. I'm not talking about that. Obviously, FBI files, I don't believe that. He did too much time and got no benefit. I do believe, and I'll stick to my guns on this, and I'm telling you, Carmine was like a dad to me. There were times that I beefed with him a little bit. There was a time I wanted to smother him and steal his teeth, and that's true too. Both 2 different times. But Carmine, shit, what was I saying? God, I just fucking drew a blank. Oh, they had cops on the take. Okay, they had cops on the take. I don't believe for 1 second that they didn't feed him information about their rivals. I do not. That's what I was referring to. Carmine in prison he knew that Joey Testa, for all intents and purposes, was a prison hall monitor. Let Joey handle it. You know, he'd roll his eyes about Joey had to close. He knew, and he would use that. So he would let Joey handle it. He had a good relationship with some of the older cops, but not to like do prison snitching shit or nothing like that. No, the only thing I've ever said, and I read some old comments, and that's what people were fucking going off on me. Canarsie said something about that. Whatever. Carmine did say something to Giuliani about there being a mob. That did happen. He's going to say he read the transcripts. Fuck the transcripts. But anyway, forget that. That's what I was talking about in Carmine. I believe that if you're paying cops or whatever the deal is that they gave up. Yes, I do. But whatever. God rest his soul. He was a great guy. Yes, Carmine was running shit from prison. Yes, Stone went home and died. Okay. Yes, Carmine was running shit from prison. No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. I know how. I do. I know certain things like that. Yeah, that's just not cool. No way. Cockeye. Yeah. Okay. OG Mike. Yeah. Cockeye. Is that the one that talked about the Gotti fight too? Maybe. Oh yeah, Stony. That's right. That's right. And he complained a lot. The Bandidos complained a lot when they're in the joint with their little 5-year sentences. They did. Conan, maybe he wouldn't say it now. I was with Conan and Danny Byfield, Hell's Angel, and now the leader of the Pagans, when we were talking about those dudes crying a lot. They did. Now, I liked Stony Rob, yes. But man, the guys with those small times, oh my God. Yeah. And again, Eric, I'm going to elaborate something. I'm going to say something again, and I'm talking directly to you. We do come from different worlds in that regard. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because there's a couple things I think that's all I'm going to say. Okay, bro. Yeah. Joey Frakes. Oh, shit. Yeah. Unique. What about an old man from California? He was the oldest. Oldest what? Unique did 29. I like Unique's channel. I like him. He does. Bandit. Yes, Bandit. Yes. Okay, go back. His name was California. Bandit. What about the name? His name was Bandit. So where did he end up at? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Tony was a pagan right here. Right, he was a national forcer. Yeah. Odinist named Bandit. I'm not sure. When I said, oh yeah, Bandit, I thought it was Rob. I thought it was Tammy Kennedy talking about one of the other biker guys there for a second. There was another guy named Bandit there. That's why I fucked up. Yeah, pagans. And I was not surprised when I heard the Conan school kill. Stay clean. Thanks, Vince. I was not surprised when I heard that Conan was a national president. He was liking the drug program and all that shit. Yeah, school kills. So I will say that some guys that I know that went into PC or whatever from the pins did go into school kill, which they do that at a lot of FCIs and stuff, right? A lot of guys from California, the West Coast, they'd want to go out that way. And I think school kill is just one of those joints that they heard was good. And I think it was sweet back in the day. I will tell you guys, and I'll say it again, Butner FCI 1 was the sweetest damn prison in the system. I have no qualms. And even though it's sex offender fucked up and everything, when I was with Carmine, there's about 20 to 50 good guys. Best prison ever. And now when you go there, they have a process. The people that drop out and go there from gang reasons, I mean, they put them through it with promises to testify because they know people are trying to get to that yard. They know that. I think people were saying he was fucked up. Okay. Do you have a YouTube link? I don't see it. Chronic, if you're talking about Eric, you can put your link. You can put your link up to your channel. I don't care. I don't care. I don't know how to put fucking links up. Back to OG Mike. Yes, Carmine's teeth. Yes, there was a plot to steal Carmine's teeth. Oh, do I have a PayPal link? No. So I don't know how to do the banner ads. I was trying to figure it out, but I didn't have enough time. I knew before I did it. When I was on methamphetamine, I figured it out. When I was on methamphetamine, I fucking built a website in the night. My ex-wife will tell you guys that. Then the next day when I came down in the next couple of days, I couldn't even turn it on. I didn't even know how I built it. When I do meth even opiates too. In the beginning, I'm laser fucking focused. I did a live last night where I said yesterday there was a thought of doing meth because I have to get into certain accounts or something, and I know that I can. And when I do something and I start fucking up, I don't know how to explain it. It is definitely a mental health issue. Definitely. I have got no problem saying that. I have a Chime card. If you're asking me, I have a Chime card and a Cash App. The Cash App is No More Prison Cell, no S. No More Prison Cell. That was the first thing I ever did with my iPhone in my life. I got an iPhone, didn't know how to turn it on. My first app ever was Cash App, and I couldn't every name I used, and I think that was the first night I did meth. I do, if I remember, or it was a night that I was drunk, and it was before my wife came in and stuff like that. But yeah, plot to take Carmine's teeth. A lot of mob guys. Yeah, so you were around them. Plot to take Carmine Persico's teeth. That was 100% true. No, but I know you're not over here to promote your channel. I'm telling you, you can drop a link if you want to. I don't care, is what I'm saying. There's one thing you got to know about. When I tell people that I don't care if they took off on, if I say I don't care, really, seriously. That's fine. Yeah, Todd Morse. Yes. And you know what? I would probably say something like that in court too. Man, I need to get the transcripts of my court shit. I do. You guys are going to see videos of me pretty soon, and I know I'm going to look fucking stupid. I know it's going to be as embarrassing as fuck. And I probably look like Homer Simpson with my hair because I hadn't fucking shaved my head. It's gonna be ugly, but I'm going to put it on. I'm going to make a promise. I got body cams of me getting dragged off the bunk and pulled down the stairs, making them take me to court. And the DHO hearing, I can't wait to see my DHO hearing because I tore this bitch up. I want to see what it looked like. In my mind, I did anyway, so we'll see what happened. Standing on business. Mall, oh yeah. Probably meth, yeah. Okay, I wouldn't know either. Anthony Center, Maddie. Yes, I know how he did prison. I wish Frank was in here right now. Carmine Persico liked Anthony Center. They were at Lompoc together, and Anthony got a dirty for heroin, but said that he didn't do it ever. And Carmine believed him and went and fought with the warden over it. Meanwhile, there's another Italian that was there, and I'm not going to bust out, that did some with them and knew that they did, but they're hiding it from Carmine. And Anthony went to the whole. Anthony got the ticket for it. Yeah, he liked the babanya. Got any anya? Yeah, stay out of court. No, I'm saying, well, I got a civil case going with the courtroom. Yeah. Anthony Center, no, I never did time with them. Yes, chronic. I did an audio about it in the jail where everybody said I was a victim. Basically, there was a court shave in the Washington County Detention Center in Fayetteville, Arkansas. They have a policy. They only allow you, no razors, no boxers, no nothing. They allow once a month to go out with clippers. You cannot shave your head bald, and you have to shave your face clean. It's some fucking crazy bullshit, but it's the whitest jail I've ever been in my life. It's white, fucking white up there. Black dudes on the floor. It's crazy, except the older, real black dudes, the whites give them bunks actually, which I saw this time, which was, and they were just old convicts, but whitest jail. Anyway, so federal detainees are allowed a court shave. I have had 4 court shaves prior to that day, which was February the 12th or the February the 15th of 24. And this piece of shit came and woke me up at 4:30 and called me Razzo. I always get Rosso. My name is Rosso. My mom was a Russo, married a Rosso, so I don't care. All my family on that side are Russos. Rossi, that was another one. My mom's sister was a Russo, married a Rossi. It all means red. But Razzo, he did it intentionally, probably because of the YouTube stuff, but whatever, probably. And then he wouldn't give me a razor. He said that I had to have this fucking inmate that was standing right there shave my goatee off, but I couldn't use a razor to shave my head. First I had to shave my goatee, then he would give me a razor to shave my face, but I couldn't shave my head. And I'm like, get your, what? So we had words. He told me he can hold me down and shave my face. I told him I can slap the cum out of his mouth. And ultimately, I protested the shave by making them carry me to court, which I'm in court. I've passed all the hurdles. If you guys know what summary judgment is in civil language, I've passed it, and it is now on to the bigger phase. You know, talking about Italian dudes. Todd, the only reason I'm not going to answer, I'm not going to answer that right now, okay? But it's cool, and I thank you for being respectful. I seriously, because there was an idiot the other night. She's doing really, really, really good. Okay, I can tell you that. Yes, I can tell you that she's doing really, really good. And I love her more than any other person except my mom. Still, but yes, she's doing fabulous. Bingo. Eric one was a stickler and was a huge caption. He hated drugs, kill him. Was it okay? Right? Yeah, Canarsie wrote, you guys try to get me to buy it. I don't care about that dude. Fuck that dude. That video he did was, if you're going to do a hit piece on me, I mean, I can lead you to do a hit piece, really. I mean, you can hit me with losing everything, with being a jerk off and losing fucking, you can hit me, but I don't know Carmine. I don't know what I'm talking about, or just whatever. And he did what they all used to do to me. They would take something I said out of context and run with it in a different way. And I even went back to listen to what I said, just what he did. He did the same shit. He did the same thing. And I know for a fact he didn't write Carmine letters. That dude did not, because Carmine didn't write letters back. He did not. He didn't. Fair enough, Joe. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Todd. So yeah. And there's yeah. Okay. Thanks. For now, Okay. Jeff Lohman dreamed about Carmine more than you spoke to him. Yeah. Oh, that's Canars. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, dude. Wait till even the video I do about Barry Mills. I admit some shit that I did. I admitted it before, and there'd probably be people like, "Why would you even just say that after you just said that about this dude?" And blah blah blah. I'm not no fucking saint. I was offered 2 years and didn't snitch. I was in leadership roles in prison. How many times have I said that most people in leadership roles tell? I didn't get people in trouble, but if watch that video, I did that 100%, and it made me feel like a fucking huge rat, for sure. Canarsie loves the yeah. So I only heard about him doing something about me, and it was the manner, it was the way, like. And then he tells me that I need to read history books. I'm like, what the fuck would I read a history book if I was around all these dudes? All the guys that you're fanboying off of, like, I know them. And I can't say it enough. Steve Crea, right up there. He's my favorite. Carmine, I spent more time with and would be the top for me. But Crea was just, like I said last night, man, he just, I never knew a guy that was in that life that we were just together and just, yeah, yeah, just great guy. Great guy. Yeah. Man, and that dude I was talking about last night got a dirty urine. They gave him compassion release and he got like 14-year blessing for real. Got a high on a dirty urine. They sent him back. Whereas to die, you know what I mean? For getting high. Ah, man, I don't know. I know some people would say, well, he fucked up, blah, blah, blah. Damn, man. I just don't think that most people that, I don't know. Yeah, Spirit of New Orleans. Yeah, you know, and who else? Who did I say? Who did I hear say I'm from California? I didn't care. Oh, there was another guy that was with Carmine. Chad Marks interviewed him. He was an ICP inmate companion program. At Butner 1, I think he dropped. He was an arms guy. He dropped out. And he was around Carmine, and for sure he was. I can tell. Just by that dude was around Carmine. And he even said, like, I didn't know who Carmine Persico was. I'm from California. I don't know nothing about the mob. That's how I did. And when I said that, I never ever meant that disrespectfully. Of course, I've taken on a whole different thing about disrespect. But anyway, that's all. We weren't around that, you know. I was around surfers. I wrote it wrong. It's okay. I know what you were saying. Carmine had the yellowest fake teeth and he would not clean them. He wasn't Mr. Hygienic for sure. And I told that story in a video before. He took pride in making the sauce. He also didn't wash his hands after he used the bathroom ever. And his cellie came out one day. John Kanza, I know he's a big rat out of where's Gotti from? Whatever beach. John Kanza, I think he ratted on his brother. He was a Butner in the drug program. I like John, but I heard more about him later. John Kanza comes out of the cell and goes, "Don't eat the sauce, Rob. Don't eat the sauce." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You just took a shit and didn't want his hands." And he's in the sauce, smashing the tomatoes. And Kazi heard it too. And then here he comes. He got his teeth out because he would eat with his teeth out with the sauce. And just pours it on the spaghetti. And me and Kazi are like, look at each other and we're eating it because we didn't want to say no. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, that happened. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Jersey. Oh, shit, Baltimore. What's the dude's name? Not the cop that a Greek guy who burned. He's in jail right now. He's in Butner. He had a oh no, he made like parts for guns or something and burned down the factory or something. What the fuck is his name? Real rich guy, Greek guy. He's from Baltimore. You guys got drugs. Wizard. Homicide, Lou Sims, Maddie. I can't say that I have. Yes, Kazi from Philly. You know Kazi? Oh, you're probably at one of those places with them, right? There's a lot of Greeks down here. Yeah, me and Kazi were together for a while. Yeah. Daniel Castelli is his name. His somebody in the family reached out to me when I talked about him before. Yeah. Lou from New York. Are you talking about Big Lou from New York? Okay, wait. Oh, Lou Sims. No. Lou Sims. There was a guy called Big Lou. I did a thing about Bobby Manna where he beat Bobby Manna. He was a dope fiend from New York. His name, we called him Big Lou. I don't even remember his last name. I don't remember his last name. Yeah, Harlem. Okay, wait, Matt. Okay, Harlem. Eddie Jackson from Detroit was before your time. Died at USP in 1990s. Okay. Kazi's cool. Yeah. So I looked him up. when I was inside, and I didn't know he had another, like a pill case and a violation somewhere between 13 or something. There was like a 6 or 7 year sentence. I never knew that. So Kazi was around Joey Testa. He would never do that. He would never do that. Yeah, Lewis from Harlem. Pretty sure I saw Chad say he was in Big Sandy. Okay. Homicide Lewis. Okay. Yeah, I wonder. So, yeah, he was a tall guy, was a big guy. So, but he was probably like 40 in 2002. So, the age, I don't know. But hardcore dope fiend, money guy. No, okay. Big Lou F. Was there? I'm not sure. Oh, I got you, Todd. Okay, Rob. Wait, I'm lost. Okay, no, this has got to be a different Lou then. This Lou was a hardcore dope fiend, and he was the not captain's clerk. He had like the biggest clerk job in Unicor, I think. And I believe he went to Raybrook in 2000 after that. Johnny Mitchell's a clown. Oh, please hit the like button. Yeah, I forgot it. Thanks, Cronit. Okay. I got you. So you guys talking about something totally different. Yeah. Yeah, the thing about Bobby Manna was he created a story that there was people after him and Bobby Manna paid the shit. Yeah. I was a nobody. And I knew the whole story about it at the time. I don't think I was tipped up, meaning doing the Dirty White Boys then. But they were all in B Block. Differently, okay. Okay, I got you. Guys. I got you. What else? I'm looking at that. I don't know. So what else? Here we go. Oh no, that's not it. I'm just waiting for somebody to say something, or do I do have to get up at 9 o'clock. I'll be up by 9. Let's see. Lou had the Carpenter. No, Todd, I'm not on subs. I'm on nothing. I did something about it last night. Yeah, Kazi didn't. Yeah, he did. Oh God, he bitched. He bitched about Carmine, but not in a bad way. So, Carmine could be difficult. And he was really more difficult to the Italian guys, like, even though I'm Italian, but he was harder on those guys. He was. Kazi kind of got the no. So we had, our job was to do they did linguine and white clam. It's just butter, oil, garlic, clams, but me and him did that. Well, I actually did the stinger and did the pasta, like cooked it. But Kazi, that was his job all the time. And Carmine had food anxiety worse than any person that I've ever met in my life. So if you got to cook, it's like 9 minutes for pasta, but he wanted like 7, like I like the al dente too, or whatever it's called. And 5 minutes, he wanted it out. One time he pulled shit out 5 minutes and we can barely fucking eat it. It was so nasty. And he just, because he had to have it. He would have been a terrible drug addict. Carmine would have been terrible. But just, I've never seen somebody like that. It was funny. It was good times though. Yeah, the Suboxone thing. So I said it yesterday. Had a fucking horrible day, and I nearly came. I got out a strip. I broke it in 4s, then I broke it down to 8s, and I was going to take a 30-second. And ultimately, I threw it away. And I have no Suboxone to this day. Uh-oh. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Anyway, so somebody's paying attention. Jimmy Coonan. Absolutely knew Jimmy. I absolutely knew Jimmy Coonan. I absolutely did. Smoked cigars till we didn't have cigars no more. Rob's going to jump in, I think, Oh, man, Rob, this dude just hit me. uh, anyway, Jimmy Coonan, and then I'll get to Rob. Jimmy Coonan, uh, Hell's Kitchen, whatever Jimmy Coonan was, the Irish hitman, killed everybody. He was a pacer in his cell. Went out to the yard every day. He hung out. Who did he hang out with? He hung out with a bunch of guys. But he paced real fast in his cell. Bing, 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 and smoked marijuana. Anyway, yeah, he did. Okay, Todd. Yeah, it was. I would say 2 weeks. 2 weeks feeling really fucked up the Westies. Jimmy was burnt, but honestly, a lot of shit he said came true. I thought he was nuts. Yeah, he was. He was. But yeah, he was cool. He was in D block. He stayed in D block for a long time. Did you just say something? Okay. I'm being told to go to sleep. I got shit to do tomorrow. Anyway, I am gonna wind it down for real. He used to do, okay, what's this? He used to do push-ups on his cell door. Yes, yes. So that's what he did. He did against the door. Yeah. So you know him, dude. Yeah, you know him. You know who he is for sure. Let me turn this off. I do gotta go. I'm being told to go to bed. But I do have to go. We'll see tomorrow night. We'll see. Todd Morrissey. That just answer your question? That's all I'm going to say. Good night.